Hey, Saul here with another SAT Solved Live. Today, I'll be going over the 2022 May International Writing Test for the first time ever. I have never seen this before, so you'll be able to see how I work, even when, I have no idea what's happening. And if you haven't solved this test yet, I do recommend downloading the PDF and solving it on your own first so that you can follow along. If you want to find the PDF, you can find one link at least in the description below, down here. And it's a link to the Reddit QAS mega thread, although there are other places you can download it. While you're down there, by the way, if you can look at my tips for watching this stream, you'll be able to find some keyboard shortcuts to help you get through this stream. Streams can get a little long, so it helps to speed up playback, slow it down, skip between chapters, etc. The shortcuts will help you. If you've been eyeing the subscribe button, go ahead, click it. You'll get more intelligent reading and writing content in your YouTube feed. Lord knows you probably need it. And it'll help me because I'd really like to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Getting to 1,000 subscribers will allow me to do a lot more on YouTube. There's a lot of features that get unlocked at that point. So scratch my back, I scratch your brain. I pick your brain. I scratch the itch in your brain for vocabulary and grammar and other reading and writing related things. All right, so that's that. You'll also be able to get some digital SAT content. You can expect some digital SAT content in my streams coming up, so you'll be able to get the notifications for those. I am a little mellow today. I'm a little out of it today. I don't know why, but I'm just a little frazzled. So you're gonna see me take this test in less than optimal conditions, and I think that's good. I think it kind of shows. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you the techniques that I use to kind of keep myself on track, even though I might sort of zone out or lose track of things. Thankfully, it is the writing test. It's not as cognitively demanding. So I'll try to point out any time where I use a trick that helps me to stay on task. A quick note about strategy. The way I approach the writing test is different from what many of you have probably been hearing, depending on the sources that you're getting. I read the whole thing. In fact, I don't really do a lot of process elimination at all. I don't even really look at the right side of a page as much. I really just focus on the left side of the page and try to identify the error that's at play. So if I find it, then I try to fix it on my own before going into the questions. I don't like arriving at the questions. I don't like arriving at a gunfight with a knife. I like having my own gun before coming into A, B, C, D and doing all that process elimination nonsense. So you'll see how that actually plays out, but that's just the way I take the test. It makes me feel much more confident when I do choose an answer, and it makes me feel much more clear-headed. So that's that. Let's get right into it. All right, and I'm going to get into passage 1. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So music, 1948, Gizzotto. About to toss out, discard a stack of unneeded documents from his research on Venetian poser. When, okay, just get rid of all the commas. A stray scrap of paper fell to the floor. On the paper, he claimed, This is 25 seconds. Was a fragment of notated music dating to the early 1700s and written by Albinoni himself. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot that this test has typos. Anxious to bring this lost piece of music back to life. As it will come to be known, would elevate the Venetian composer from relative obscurity and assign his name to one of the most ubiquitous pieces. Sure. Wait, what's this other guy's name? Albinoni. Okay, yeah. Needed to work as both a composer and a historian. That sounds good. But let's just double check. Oh, because it's the next paragraph. While remaining faithful to the Baroque style, he wrote new material as composing. High contrast, yeah. Somber and pierced with yearning. Double bass, marked with brooding, dirge-like rhythm. While, oh my god, so many typos. The pipe organ plays, right? When the rest of the ensemble, violas, oh my god, so many typos, and cellos join in. When the rest joins in, cellos joins in. Yeah, that's correct. A is no change. The melody cascades. Where's the historian? I guess it is historian. Because, oh, it's the next sentence. Yeah. So that's 220. I feel like I'm a little slower than usual right now. A little slower than usual. Albinoni considered himself a dilettante. That feels off because I want to focus on not okay. Considered himself off. Okay, the pieces provided the musical backdrop. So it's gone a lot of places. Popular, adapted, other combinations. The pieces, it was to dozens of films. In fact, so many movies, films. Okay, I see. Film. There we go. This including is the thing that's a problem with number 7. It feels really, it kind of narrows the focus too much. In fact, is correct. Okay, that's 3:30. Pause. 1 second. My girlfriend wants to ask me something.
보고 동영상 좀 받고 싶은데.
자기야.
미안해.
지금 스트림인데. Okay. I'm going to continue. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I lost track, so I'm rereading. I'm trying to remember what's going on. Okay. Was it fake? Okay, was it fake? Additionally, musicologist Gentirco revealed that other scholarship of Giussato's is suspect, littered with... Okay, that's cool. Because Giussato had long maintained... Finally, although... While is kind of awkward, but sure. Yeah. In contrast, wait, that's what weird. It's now, consequently is, okay, yeah, there we go. Now is what I was thinking, but consequently is the correct answer. With decades of perpetuating the error, however, the fiction lives on. What's this? These typos, 5 minutes. I guess I'm not that slow. Gonna keep going. Hang on, let me fix my screen real quick. All right, there we go. I have a minor awkward thing here on my screen. All right. To foster and maintain international relations, many countries appoint diplomats, foreign service, home and abroad. Oh my God, these typos are killing me. Individuals who represent and advocate for their respective countries on the world stage. Okay, we're giving an example of a diplomat. So we're talking about diplomats, okay? Took a trip overseas to France. Okay, when she took a trip, her passion for travel, which is why ever since, wow, this is awkward. The focus is the ignited has not put to work. Oh my Lord, these typos are insane. All right. When a trip to France she made that ignited her passion is the reason why it's awkward. By taking no, not by. Ever since the trip ignited her passion, eskrima has put. There we go. Ever since, that's good. Man, like for me it was hard. I normally would actually predict that sentence, but I was just so annoyed by how many typos there were. It just sort of set me off, and God, this is such an annoying PDF. Okay, yeah, it just put me on edge, and so I just went to the answer choices out of frustration. But I probably, if I was cooler, I probably could have predicted the answer a little. I could have spent like 5 or 10 more seconds trying to predict the answer first, which might have helped me avoid some of the inefficient process elimination. But in the whole scale of things, it wasn't that inefficient. It's just a little annoying. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. 3, 2, 1, let's go. During which, what? To Paris, where that she decided, okay, I see. With her newfound internship in Cairo, there she would not only hone her skills when it comes to her language abilities, but she would also not only hone her language abilities, but also get a taste of diplomacy in action. So the underline is not there, so it's hard to know, but C is almost certainly correct. Wants to add the following sentence to this paragraph. Born in New York. This would be before sentence 1. Yeah, and then that one's pretty easy actually. It's chronological ordering. Okay. Wow, that's annoying. All right. These typos are kind of making me angry. Honestly, it's hard for me to contain. In 2003, after completing her master's degree, okay, she secured officers pursue 1 to 5 pass, consular, She chose public diplomacy, and in line with hers required. Next paragraph. I mean, that sentence is a little awkward, but it works. But we just need to see the next paragraph. It's not about communication skills, I assume. Like skills, I feel like that would not be common, right? I'm skipping this other part. She worked as she had worked as a liaison to the public, teaching classes diplomacy, entertaining information sessions. I guess communication makes sense. Let me just double check. Oh, man, this is painful. Tunisia. Wait, hang on. What? Took her around the world. Probably not the focus. Teach. Yeah, probably A is correct. Yeah, A is correct. I'm going to come back to 16 if necessary after I finish 17, 18, whatever. But for now, I've been not timestamping because I've been distracted. So here's my timestamp. Over the next 4 years, Eskrima would serve in Tunisia, Syria, and Iraq before spending 3 years at the State Bank. That's correct. Yeah. Yep, that's correct, because I had to just double check the end of the sentence. In 2011, she met with the advisory board of this institute for the study. I feel a little frazzled, and I don't know what it's from, but I'm feeling frazzled. In 2011, she met with the advisory board of the study. Like over the next 4 years, in 2003, so 2007, and then 2011. Discuss her experience. That feels weird at a seminar at Georgetown. That feels very strange. Her next postings took her back to the U.S. So, 3 different secretaries of state. Feels awkward. In Dubai. Oh my God, these typos. She worked as a spokesperson. There we go. Because this is the Dubai. Yeah. And then the development of the narrative, sure. Her next postings took her back to the U.S. First to Washington, D.C. And then home to New York.
Oxford Grammar.
Okay. In the latter, get rid of it, delete. In the latter position, she worked at, I was thinking delete, but it was the position. She worked as a liaison to the public, teaching classes, and entertain and holding and hosting. There we go. Wow. Okay, 11:30. Soon, Eskrogima would return overseas, holding. She's back overseas, whether at home, she's energized. I guess that works. A quotation, the central idea of passage, broad spectrum. We don't get broad spectrum. The face of America, that works. What? And teach. Policy advice. The face of America to the world. I think that's about correct. But weirdly, I've just been so off. I've been so out of it that I want to come back to this question. I also want to come back to, I want to come back to this question. I'm just sort of, I'm a little, what do you call it? I'm a little like out of it right now. I've had multiple distractions, and I'm just, and these typos are killing me. Caught in camera. Conservation ecologists need effective methods. Okay, I'm finding it hard to track, so I'm just rereading the title again. Camera, method for camera, for information, obviously camera. Traditional methods include boxes to capture animals, but now we have camera trapping. Yeah, humane is correct. To compare, we're doing a comparison. 1340. Whew. For the first part of their study, comma, oh my God, what's this? The researchers set box traps in 2 locations. The next fall, this feels weird. The transition here feels a little strange. They removed, but I guess that works. But I didn't know that there was a fall, right? But whatever. Was there a fall? Okay. Was there a season the first time? Removed and mounted. Picture every 30 seconds. Left the camera in place for 56 days. Analyzed that have been produced. Over 51 days, the researchers checked the traps. Oh my god. Every 3 days to identify and tally all scaled. So this number 4 has to be after sentence 1. Let me just double check. For the first part of the study, on 2 locations, over the next 50 days, they checked the traps every 3 days to identify and tally. So that's the first way. Okay, the next fall, they removed the box traps and okay, that's kind of having just technical problems right now, but yeah, 1525. Comparing the population data collected using box traps with the camera traps, with that collected with the data collected using the camera traps. That's correct. With the data correct, the researchers found that the camera traps were able to provide information about more species. Okay, more species. The box traps were able to capture just seven species, all of which were lizards. Let me just see if that's true. 7 species, none of which were lizards. Wait, what? What the hell? That's all wrong. None of which were lizards. Just 7 species. None of which were lizards. All of which were snakes. 3 species. I see. 3 species. All of which are snakes, and 7 total. It's awkward, but yeah. I got stuck on the species, so that did waste some time. I'm gonna write down my time now. Okay. Yeah. And in contrast, the camera traps detected not that many species, multiple species. Wait, how many species? 2 species. We're talking about species right now. 2 species of snakes, and 4 species of lizards. Six species, both snakes and lizards. There we go. The species thing is kind of annoying, but yeah, we got through the species. Ugh. Despite the attractiveness of camera trapping for gathering, the caution of the benefits of, however, we have the despite already. We don't need anything. Among other advantages, allow to more close inspection. We do health and genetic. More expensive, especially for short-term studies, because all right. Hang on. Let me look at A. More expensive. Okay, I guess A works. That's kind of unconventional. May also be more expensive since initial starter costs are high, especially. But that's really weird. Which is expensive, and this is especially true. Expensive, and moreover, this is especially true. May also be more expensive. And this is especially So it could be A or C. Okay, may also be more expensive. I have to do process elimination now, since initials, especially for expensive because of the high initial startup costs of camera traps, and this is especially true for short-term studies. I guess C is correct. Wow, I think that's supposed to be considered a hard question. However, the experiment with the two types of traps has shown, okay, 1945. All right, well, we're going to keep going. Uncanny valley, fact or fiction? We're looking for uncanny valley. We're looking for uncanny valley. Is it a real thing? Oh my God, this dash. God, this dash. Namely that you will experience this if you look, it looks too much like a human. That works, but let's find whole lot. What? What is this answer choice C? Dude, that's college board is literally. They let this pass? I mean, I can imagine, dude. I can imagine myself if I was hired by the College Board to write questions. Sorry, I have to read this out loud. It's so stupid. Dude. Like, this makes me believe that whoever signed off on this question knows that people like me will stream it. And it was meant for me. Whoever wrote this question, you meant for me to watch this. Is this correct? Please leave a comment. Please confirm. Because there's no way they let you write this. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to read this because it's so funny. It rhymes, of all things. In 1970, roboticist Masahiro Mori proposed a hypothesis to account for an emerging challenge in his field, namely that when a robot doth a human resemble, the beholder must assuredly tremble. And it's iambic? Dude, what the? It's iambic pentameter? Hang on, let me just double check because it's been a while since I've done iambic pentameter. When a robot doth a human resemble, the beholder must assuredly tremble. It's not a perfect iambic. The beholder must. Yeah, it's not perfectly iambic. The beholder must assuredly tremble. Right? So there's a breakage there. Hey, but hilarious. It is pentameter. It is basically pentameter, and it's iambic. Yo. So funny. There's no way that they just let you do that. Whoever wrote this question, like you had to pass it through the higher ups, and I guess they didn't notice, or what happened, man? That's so funny. It's such a troll, and it's so funny. Anyway, gonna keep going. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. The U is a little interesting. It's a little casual sounding, this U, but I'm going to kind of work with this U. It sounds fine. There we go, people. React negatively. There we go. That's what I was looking for. The problem he argued... iambic pentameter. The problem he argued is that a robot's likability has... now I'm just thinking in iambic pentameter. The problem he argued is that a robot's likability has a non-linear relationship with the degree to which it resembles a human. That is, robots bearing little or no resemblance to human. Elicit, okay. BE, elicit, okay. Little response. Well, non-linear. Okay, let me just write the time down. I'm so scatterbrained today. Speculated that likability plummets for robots in the 75 to 50% resemblance range. Only if the robots are moving. That's interesting. Is that correct, though? No, not only. More severely. More pronounced for moving. Yep. That is 2210. Maury's name for this proposed zone of decreased likability alludes to eeriness, unfamiliarity evoked by the... Hey. Oh, the, not hypothesis, by the robots. Wait, I'm just... I see. Previously, it just said it's not linear. It seemed like it was linear. Okay. So he was the one who came up with uncanny valley. That's cool. All right, I had to go and reread to make sure I knew what this passage was about. I was getting lost. Here we go. Hypothesis initially received little attention, comma. The concept is crept into popular culture. The filmmaker's decision so far to hide an actor's mustache. That's kind of funny. Although the Polar Express is another film often used as an example, critics who casually employ the concept should remember that what is often used, that's confusing. Should remember that the original graph does not represent actual data. It might not exist. Like another film is just off topic, even though it's commonly used, has become a convenient shorthand. There we go. So that's 2405. From Emory University, conducted finding mixed and at times contradictory evidence without consistent terminology. Okay. I'd like to see more data here. So I think, oh my God, the term. So no, it's just, no, wait, what? Oh, the term inconsistently translated. I see. Yes, because this term without term, that was surprising. Change over time. That is interesting. 25 minutes. So this is normally when I'd already be done. Just a little slow today. About human, given the many that, permeate. Oh, permeate. Yeah, guys, you should learn that word, permeate. Learn how to use it. Still, can increase their knowledge. Oh my God, hilarious. Still, as they become, those who discuss such matters can learn from uncanny valley. It's not surprising, still. You don't really need this still, and that's what makes this a little awkward. It was hard for me to predict the answer because of the word still. You could just get rid of the word still and it'd be I would say it would be a better sentence. Okay, 26, I guess 10 seconds is probably when I finished. I guess I'll go back and I'm going back and rereading this because I was really frazzled when I was going through this passage. I'm gonna go and double check. But she would also go taste the diplomacy in action. She got all this. She pursued public diplomacy. You know, by the way, her parents are almost certainly not connected. Arabic internship. And let me go back to this first. Who represent and advocate for their respective countries. Okay. Yeah, so that means 22 should be correct for the face of America. But is it bold responsibility? I mean, I guess it still kind of works, but everything feels like it's kind of holding together a little jankily. You know what I mean? 16, where's the best transition to the next paragraph? Consistent with such professions is so awkward. FSO doesn't come out. Yeah? Foreign service officer, that never comes out. Oh, it does come out. No, it does come out. Around the world and back. Ugh, that's really awkward. B, I guess, is correct. In Dubai, she was there, and then she back to the US, and New York. In the latter, she worked as a liaison to the public. And then soon she would return overseas, as that's a different part of the narrative. So this is to the next paragraph. Yeah, B is correct. I'm switching to B. 18. Today I just feel so out of it that I don't really want to go and double check all my answers, although normally I would. Because the writing test, it's easy to make these mistakes. Adventure, learn about various cultures, bear the bold. Adventure and bold kind of work together. And it's the face of America to the world. She has been mainly the face. She's been teaching and being representatives. That works. Yeah, all right. I'm happy, 2940. I mean, should I go and double check the answers? I'm just a little tired today. Is that a good excuse? Should I not be whiny? But whining is part of my identity. You know what I mean? I don't know. When I was your age, I was definitely less whiny. I would just do the work. But now it's like my bones. My bones are tired. Composer and historian works. I'm just double checking. Yeah. I'm not gonna really double check the grammar ones. I'm just gonna hope that I didn't make a dumb mistake. Film industry, I double checked that. In fact, yeah. Yep. While he longed, he finally admitted. Since he had long maintained, he finally. That's kind of strange. While is the only one that works. Like also A and D, they kind of clashed because they're the same. Okay, anyway, 10. Yeah, that works. Those work. Yeah, I went through that. These typos were triggering me, but I'm fine. Yeah, how much time do I have left? I have 3 minutes left, 2.5. Yeah. In the latter position, yeah. Hosting, yeah. Yeah, just did that. Humane is cool. The researchers set the next fall. That typo is annoying, but yeah, mounted, cool. Yeah, check the traps every 3 days. Yeah. After sentence 1, that's still correct, yep. That collection I saw, and then the species I went through carefully, so we're good. 31. Yeah, we had despite, yeah. Expensive because of the high initial startup costs, and this is especially true. I should double check this one because this is very weird. Depending on how often box traps are checked, camera trapping may also be more expensive because of the high initial startups. I mean, that works, and this is especially true for short-term studies. Yeah, this especially... I don't like this and, though. I still don't like this and. Yeah, but it's the best it's the least worst. All right. I'm committing to that. I have 1 minute left. Yeah, I remember that was a pronoun shift error, or like suddenly it's overly casual pronoun. Yeah, I got through that data. Right, that data, it's moving robots that are more pronounced. That's correct. I'm just trying to, basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to remember if there were any questions that I was a little less than confident on. Yeah, convenient shorthand, we should be careful. Yeah, and I processed that one pretty thoroughly. This last one is still really weird, but you have to eliminate all the other ones. So yeah, it's weird because that's still, and we're good. 35 minutes. Just reviewed all the questions. Today I'm so scatterbrained today. I'm just thinking, did I use any techniques to stay on track even though I was so like distracted and a little tired and all that stuff? And I think the one thing that you could go back and sort of see is, here, I'll stop the time because it's a little distracting there. The one thing I did do is whenever I noticed I was distracted, I just scrolled back up and I tried to slow down and focus on what's the topic, what am I reading? And I focused on the reading, right? And that is something that I didn't act it out for this stream. It's something I actually do. So if that helps you, then I'm glad. If it doesn't help you, well, screw you. Just kidding. I hope it helps you. Well, that's my first take. I got to review everything within time. Now let me go and get my 44 out of 44. Where's my answer key? Let me pull it up. Hang on. Answer key. Okay. Question 1. I chose, let me just get this red pen ready. I chose DBCACA. DBCACA are correct. BACDB. BACDB are correct. Okay. I chose CBCA. CBCA are correct. Then I chose BACBBC. BACBBC. Then I chose B. That's correct. All right. I feel like I went through that a little fast. So 16, 17, I chose BA. BA is correct. I chose CBBC. CBBC. All right, we're good. 23, I chose A. A is correct. 24, I chose DDCC. DDCC are correct. Then I chose BDC. BDC are correct. And then I chose DAC. I chose the CC, and the correct answer is the AC. So I'll tell you why I thought this was really awkward. I personally thought it's expensive, especially for short-term studies, since initial startup costs for camera traps are high. I think the reasoning, the logical relationships suggests that you should get the especially part out of the way first and then give the reasoning. I don't know. I mean, I know why C is wrong, right? I still chose the wrong answer. I specifically marked it. But I really didn't like A. I really didn't like A. Let me see if I can change my relationship to A by rereading it, okay? 32. Depending on how often box traps are checked, camera trapping may also be more expensive, since initial startup costs for camera traps are high, especially for short-term studies. See, it would be such a better sentence if it said, camera trapping may also be more expensive, comma, especially for short-term studies, comma, since its initial startup costs for camera traps are high. That would be such a clearer sentence. You know what I mean? And A is making the reasoning a parenthetical. It's subordinating the reasoning and then just sticking the especially for short-term studies after the reasoning, right? And so it makes it separate from the reasoning. And so it makes it sound like the parenthetical thing doesn't explain the especially for short-term studies modifier. So let me visualize what I mean here. For me, I would go with A prime. A prime says expensive. Maybe I'll even put commas, especially for short-term studies, okay? Since initial startup costs are high, okay? So this whether you use parentheses or you use 2 commas, Whether you use parentheses or 2 commas, I'm going to make this more clearly a comma because I might confuse myself in the future. Okay, whether you use parentheses or 2 commas, this is clear. The logical relationships are clear in A prime because it makes it obvious that the initial startup costs being high explains not only that it's more expensive, but it's especially expensive for short-term studies, right? But A doesn't make it seem that way. A makes it seem like this reasoning only applies to it being expensive. And then we add the especially at the end. For me, it grates. It makes me feel uncomfortable, right? Let me try it. Let me make sure that I'm not speaking crazy, okay? Let me make sure that this structure is actually a little weird. So let me write a different sentence. I like peanut butter. I like peanut butter, especially smooth peanut butter, because it's nutty. Sure. I like peanut butter because it's nutty, especially smooth peanut butter. I like peanut butter, especially smooth peanut butter, because it's nutty. I don't know. I'm struggling. I'm struggling because I want the College Board to let this be correct, because by prioritizing the logical relationships, and this pronoun this technically also kind of includes the because this because is no longer parenthetical. And if so, I've thought about it for some time now, and I still sort of disagree that A is a good answer. I know why C isn't a good answer. So I can say C is not a good answer. I can also say A is not a good answer. And I think that for a cleaner test, they should have gone with A prime. Preferably with commas, not with the parentheses. So actually, just for clarity's sake, I'm gonna, okay. Put parentheses here, as a secondary. But yeah, I really think expensive, especially for short-term studies, since initial startup costs are high. I think A prime would be much better. Anyway, I got that one wrong. So that's 10 out of 11, but I kind of dispute that one. All right. 34. I chose CDD. CDD are correct. Then I chose BD, BAC. BD, BAC are correct. And then I chose ADB, and ADB are correct. I got 11 out of 11. I got 43 out of 44. All right, and that's my writing test. Oh. Guys, I'm pretty exhausted today, not gonna lie. Gonna just end this pretty straightforwardly. I got 43 out of 44. Kind of disagree with one of them. I've said what I've said. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Until then, keep on learning, keep on growing, and hopefully next time I'll see you a little bit more perky, a little bit more energetic. All right, until then, peace.